Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kuldip Sandhu. I'm the Managing Director of Innovative Quality Solutions. I'm a fractional CIO and management consultant, and my expertise lies around transforming the IT function in a digital context. And this is a short video to just tell you about a world-leading digital simulation training platform that we've developed called DTXI, Digital Transformation Experience for the Individual Player. The simulation game is all about how you mature your IT function and align it to the business needs and the digital agenda that many organizations have embarked on and accelerated through the digital transformation through the pandemic over the last couple of years. Um, the The journey that the simulation training takes you through is taking a fictitious company from being immature to stabilizing it, to making it more agile and bringing around a culture of where development operations in the IT function work seamlessly together to bring new innovation and new services online to enhance the end user customer experience. As you go through the training simulation, you as experience making a number of decisions on understanding what your digital priorities are, what do you solve first, how do you keep on track, how do you use data, how do you manage and compromise the many compromises that you feel in the real world, how do you show that progress, and where do you invest? Um, and it acts as an experiential learning because you learn between your colleagues um, in the game as you go round by round and quarter by quarter, and you make those strategic maneuvers to understand the impact of those on your business KPIs. In the game, you're global air. You're in the airline industry. You're 250th because you're immature around your technology and digital transformation. And what you have to do is in the airline sector and against your colleagues, you have to mature your IT function and bring around digital change. And you have to move up the leaderboard based on context and purpose to improve operating margin. And we chose the airline industry because pre-COVID, everybody understood and experienced traveling for business or leisure for your holidays, and that sector was going through digital change. There's a whole plethora of digital platforms and applications and apps and systems as we're trying to glue up that digital experience journey for commuters and travelers and so forth. The game cycle goes through this Deming Club cycle of where you consider your strategic maneuvers based on the data and information you have, you plan it, you act on it, and you reflect and learn from your cohort in terms of what happened, what worked well, what didn't work well, and have discussions around that learning points and seeing how they could apply to you and your organization when you come out of that one-day training experience. The digital transformation of the IT function is here you can see that same cycle of consider, implement, observe, and review. The game cycle as round by round and some screenshots. We're going to show you the platform here, but really it aids your organizational change buy-in. You're able to play the game in a safe, fun environment. It typically is done over one day, 4 to 5 hours, anywhere between 5 to 20 in a cohort. And you enable the transformation of your digital organization, take those learnings and then see how then you can apply them in your own organization. So as a transformation director of Global Air, you're charged with improving the new and existing services. You're looking to implement improvements to hardware, software, bringing in new ways of working around service management, moving from waterfall to agile, bringing in that culture of DevOps work, and moving up in that leaderboard from being 250th to being in the top 50 with a positive net gross margin. And you're competing in your colleagues in a nice, fun way. Your KPIs that you measure, you're trying to improve your operating margin, your customer experience, reduce the revenue losing for incidents, and increasing benefits through bringing in new services and innovating. We're going to go now have a look at the platform and just quickly show you the platform in terms of some of its screens, so we get a feel for it. What we can see here is 3 modes: the admin, which is me when I facilitate the training sessions. There's a demo version that we can share with before the training, so people are familiar with the screens, and there's a full simulation. I'm going to press the green button. What you can see here is all our algorithms with our 25 years of data and experience that we've captured is now spinning up, so that all the permutations that the cohort in the game will likely to position can be permeated through the game. We can watch month 1 play out as the whole cohort do. What you can see on the screen here is global air in the leaderboard shooting down to 250th. In the middle, you can see all the live services, front, middle and back office services. There's a customer satisfaction score. And you can see on the right-hand side the infrastructure on-premise and in the cloud. And you can see the number of incidents. And you can see that global air at the moment is 250th with a negative operating margin. And what you really have to do is move them up that leaderboard. I'll have a look at the reports just to see the KPIs. What you can see, the operating is negative, the customer experience 64%, a lot of revenue loss for incidents. And what you have to do is, in the context of the organization, is see how you can reduce that the revenue that you're losing, for instance, but increase it through new innovation, i.e. the new releases, and how that impacts then revenue and gross margin and the customer experience. And you track that through this plot here. You can see the revenue for the company and its fixed costs, and you try to increase the revenue above the fixed costs, and therefore you make some money. Here's a leaderboard, and in the game you get a lot of insights through what the stakeholders are saying for each quarter in terms of improving global air's position in the marketplace. What can you do from a technology perspective? What's not working for customers, so that you get that context and the purpose, so that you can bring about alignment in the changes you might want to do. The strategy button tells you, if I just go into the strategy list, the number of strategic plays that you can make, from improving code, peer code review, test coverage of your live services, bringing in new technologies, improving flow and value through prioritization of services, improving service performance through availability reports and event management. And they all cost something, so that then you can play out with the budget that you have for each round, which is 50,000. You can play out month 2 with the strategic plays that you choose, which happens for existing services. You can introduce continuous improvement, continuous development, agile ways of working. For live services, you can see the new managed flow activities. You can introduce new services as well with the budget that you get in round 6, and you can play out your strategic maneuvers. So as you can see, a dynamic, versatile digital transformation experience in terms of transforming your IT function in a real life simulation of global air as the target client here. So what do we, if I can just quickly share my slides again, what we can show you is how does that play out in the simulation game. Well, here I've just given you, I've just showed you round 1, but as the experience that you go through as you take global air from being immature, and you say you went on the right happy path of making the right maneuvers, your KPI and metrics, those 4 I showed you, should trend like as you can see on the screen. Your operating margin will go out, your customer experience will increase, you'll reduce the revenue that you lose for incidents to a certain plateau. Then you can, in round 6, bring in new services. We'll give you more budget for that, and then you can see there the benefits that increase for new innovation and new services. And as you go along, you can see how how do you make those decisions, what worked, what didn't work, and we'll have discussions at the end of each quarter with the cohort on why things didn't work for you, or why things did work for individuals, and we use that as the experiential learning round after round. The capability that you develop as Global Air as you try to improve that operating margin is introducing concepts around incident and problem management and root causes, stabilizing IT services through software and hardware fixes, doing shift left concepts, or introducing knowledge management and self-service in the service desk, then thinking about introducing around month 6 and 8 onwards agile ways of working. Once you've got the organization stable, you can bring in new services and introduce them through using agile service management concepts, and then making sure that the new services are of high quality and value aligned to the customer needs. And as you can see, that hopefully that trajectory of improving operating margin, reducing the revenue loss for instance, really has a tangible benefit in revenue for your business, but improvement in customer service. The simulation highlights are, as highlighted here, we really focus on the cohorts, be that the CIO and business folks with their teams, understanding the concepts of customer and user centricity, how you bring in agile ways of working, so once you become stable, you can then pivot and think about innovation, how you can improve flow and speed to market, increasing quality through various initiatives, reducing the overall risk exposure for your business so that you can become more effective and efficient, and therefore more resilient going forward. Please, if that's piqued your interest, please do get in touch. This is a world-leading platform. We have a whole bunch of client testimonials that we've gathered over the last year since we launched the platform, which we're more than happy to share with you as we showcase you how you go through an IT function transformation in a digital context to bring around customer-centric change. You've got my contact details there. I'd love to give you a full demo of the platform and take you through the experiential learning experience that this platform can provide. Thank you for listening.